Hey, Chad Hymas here. Welcome to this week's Roll with Safety tip. Welcome back. Thank you for joining us today. This week we want to talk about the topic of do not allow your experience in the workplace to become your worst enemy. In other words, don't let the habits that you've developed over time, the patterns that we've created in our lives, those things that we find to be routine, mundane. I have found in my life that people that are unwilling to change patterns or habits become paralyzed in the habits they create for themselves. I'll say it again. People that are unwilling to change their attitude, they're unwilling to change their behavior, unwilling to change or kick a habit, they become trapped sooner or later or paralyzed in a habit they created for themselves in the beginning because they're letting their experience become their worst enemy. In other words, I have found through my research and through my own experience being in a wheelchair that just because I'd gotten away with it and didn't get caught fixing that tractor and looking at that red light didn't make it right, didn't make it a good decision. And there's a couple more principles that I think it would be good for each one of you to hear. I was by myself in a field. Now, nobody watching me. I was by myself in a field. My crews weren't there. My wife and kids weren't there. There was none of their families around. I was by myself on a job site, if you will, doing a routine job that I know and knew how to do very well and did the same thing all the time. Saw the red flashing light, which was an indicator telling me that my hydraulics were low, and I chose to ignore the light. For the very reason of today's topic. I have made the tractor work before with the red light flashing. The red light was just a simple indicator light telling me that the hydraulic tank was empty. In other words, there wasn't enough hydraulics to hold that tractor into place. Long story short, I push that lever, bale of hay rolls over backwards, and I find myself in 1 second, breaking my neck. Now, to my point. None of that means anything. Here's what does have value and does have meaning. I can deal with this. I really feel like I'm doing the best I can, and I feel good about where I'm at. I'm blessed to have a good foundation with family. And I have a great support group and friends. That's phenomenal. And I'm blessed to be able to share a message with you each week. Here's the struggle. The struggle is not the legs or the hands. The struggle is everybody else that I hurt that wasn't there. Because of the experience that I had had prior, and because I was not willing to change attitude, behavior, that impacted everybody else. That's a whole new reason, gentlemen and ladies, for us to look at our attitude, our behavior, without compromising our company or our family values. I'm not asking you to compromise your values. Please don't ask me to change mine. I'll name a couple of them for you. Some Chad Hymas values would be God, country, family, friends. I'm not changing that. Don't ask me to do it. But if you want me to have more friends, if you want me to be more spiritual, you can help me change my attitude or some of my behaviors to increase my value system. Hope you all understand the difference. Please don't allow your enemy to come back and make you paralyzed. And let your experiences be just those. Be experiences that you can build upon. And people that change patterns and are willing to kick old habits, other people benefit from that. Until next week, this is Chad Hymas asking each and every one of you to roll with safety.